Greetings, friends, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Remy Wins a Lot. And we're here right as E3 wraps up, actually. So today is kind of the end, unfortunately.
The big parts of E3.
The big parts of E3. Now we get a bunch of gameplay trailers and a lot of feedback from the booths.
And a day at Treehouse still.
But unfortunately, the press conferences are done. And I am a bit sad about it because E3 comes so fast and then leaves just as fast. Yeah.
You mean Gamer Christmas?
Yeah, and this year I think was a mixed bag. And we're going to break down all the press conferences, actually. Just the major three that we talked about a little bit. Third-party developers, maybe we'll have a segment.
They're kind of spliced into the main three for a lot of them.
Yeah, we're going to split up this video into 3 videos, so you can find part 2, 3 in the description below. So do check that out if you want to see our impressions of Sony and Nintendo, because we are starting off today with Microsoft. And I think I went into E3 not expecting a whole bunch from a lot of these developers. And Microsoft, I feel, had a pretty great showing.
They did what we said they needed to.
Yeah.
Games.
They surprised me.
I felt like they watched our video.
Yeah. Feedback directly from us to Microsoft.
There was no Spirit Bomb, though. Phil Spencer, where was the Spirit Bomb?
Yeah, we needed you.
What are you talking about? Because this conference is so good, because we had a Spirit Bomb.
Yeah,
we'll get to that later.
Yeah, I think Phil is great. I think that was my first takeaway from the beginning of this show. Microsoft started out really well. We now know that the Xbox One Scorpio is called Xbox One X.
Xbox One X.
Which I don't know if that name is really a good idea. I think let's take a moment.
I think it looks good, though. Written out as a logo, it looks good. But
it's just
saying
it doesn't sound.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound
The
good.
thing is, I don't know how many people I've talked to that have the same thing with it that they had with the Wii U, where it's, is this just an add-on that it gives my Xbox 4K?
Yeah, I'm...
No.
Well, going along with what he said, the problem with the Wii U, I'm gonna send my grandmother into retail. I'm not, but I want the Xbox One S. X or S?
S.
I don't know which one. Just give me the Xbox.
I think the biggest problem that Microsoft runs to, again, that the Xbox One S is marketed as a sleeker, stronger version of the Xbox One.
And this is a sleeker, stronger version of the S.
Yeah. So it's kind of a really tough marketing thing. I'm wondering who upstairs at Microsoft said, yeah, that's going to work, and didn't look at Nintendo's mistake with the Wii U and went, how are we going to do that again?
Not saying the console's bad. We're
Yeah.
just saying the marketing was a little
it invalidates the S a little bit, because S is supposed to be the small one, but it gets even
But
smaller.
it's smaller than that even. I think
DS Lite.
Yeah, I think that it's just going to be a lot of consumer confusion, a tough marketing setup, but it does have the price point of $499.99. I think a lot of us
great
saw
price
that.
hold it.
Actually, I was expecting at least $100 more.
I was expecting closer to the $700 range.
Yeah.
They were talking about this PC level of console. I was expecting a lot.
Yeah, it's got a lot of power under the hood. I don't know if it's an impressive enough jump for everyone to be super excited about.
I will say
console
I have
gaming.
one concern. That is the liquid cooling.
Yes, I was the vapor chamber liquid cooling in a home console system scares the bejesus out of me. I'm sure you guys could probably share that sentiment.
If you don't understand, here's why. With a console, the circuit board is flat. Where a PC, it's vertical. So if a liquid cooling thing bursts on a PC, it just drains to the bottom and nothing really gets too destroyed. On a console, it's going to pool on top of everything.
Yeah, I think you're going to see possibly condensation leaks more than anything. It's going to be that moisture that gets out. I don't know if, because it's a vapor chamber, I don't think that we're ever going to see what happened to my PC. I didn't take care of my gaming rig for 2 months, and I had a clogged hose and blew a processor. There's a lot of people who don't take care of their home consoles really well.
Yeah.
So I think that scares me a little bit.
Insects are going to be a huge problem.
To be fair, I think Microsoft had to have planned for that eventuality at least a little bit.
Yeah, they have to see what comes into their refurbishing center.
Well, but also to be fair, Microsoft's had a bad track record with things like that. But they fixed it in the Xbox 360 Slim.
Yeah.
So hopefully the X can overcome those problems that they intentionally make with liquid cooling. But, I have faith.
I do too.
I
think
want to trust them.
Yeah, this system hopefully will launch with a pretty low defective rating. That's all we can really hope for. There's not too many problems.
This generation's been good on that.
Very good on it, to be honest. Way better than the PS3, Xbox 360 generation.
Well, even Nintendo, Wii U, 3DS X, new 3DS XL, all the current consoles of all
Switch is really solid build. But they spent a lot of time talking about the upscaling properties and really talking about the power of this console. And I think that maybe too much time of the presentation was devoted to some of this because it was kind of silly. Like, none of these people who are console gamers really know what some of this technobabble means. You don't know the difference between DDR3, DDR5 RAM. It's not a common thing, and anyone who knows that, 12 gigs of DDR5 is like, that's not bad. You know, I'd say 16 is pretty standard in most gaming rigs. So I felt that much time spent to that kind of breakdown is needed, but also...
They're targeting a rough market. They're
Yeah.
they're targeting the high-end gamers that aren't into PC gaming.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is happening because of VR and 4K. A lot of that's been happening already.
They said the word 4K a lot.
Yeah. That's
you-
what the
did you
Xbox
play
should have
the
been
drinking
called,
game?
honestly, the Xbox One 4K.
I was terrified by it. The 4K drinking game. Every time that Microsoft said 4K you drink, people die.
People
Don't
would die.
do it. People die.
Why not call it Xbox One
But
Next?
they're
You
bringing,
could still highlight that X in that word. You could still make that marketing pop.
That's true.
I think it
a good
means
one, too.
more.
I
Why
think
not
their name
call
got
it-
leaked. I think that's probably what it was. There was probably some kind of like leak, and that was like their backup.
I would have
No.
taken Scorpio.
I would have
That's
taken
what
too.
the Xbox One Squatch, like I said it would be.
What is it going to be called, the Squatch? Because this system didn't bridge that gap. We didn't see anything about the UI. We didn't hear anything about actual Windows compatibility between
I
the
will say
system.
that's the one thing I was disappointed with. I loved the idea of
Yeah.
a powerful gaming system, but they didn't say what the system's going to do for me outside of power.
If I could have...
They're pressing the advantage, to be honest.
Yeah.
They are going to have the most powerful console on the market, and they're pressing that advantage. They should.
But it feels so optional. I think that's what a lot of people are saying. I know Kotaku even ran an article saying just that, like, this system is powerful and it feels great, but it feels so optional.
Well, in 3 or 4 years, when there's a lot more 4K TVs
Yeah.
in the wild and it's a lot less expensive,
And-
that's when Xbox One thing's going to shine.
Yeah,
Maybe they're
we'll-
planning for
we'll
the
see
long
that.
run, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta
Who
hope
knows?
so.
And I did like that they didn't pull Nintendo. I mean, they knew they were going to do this, but they did go straight out and say, here's the specs for everything. Here you go. If you want it, this is what you're going to get. They,
Oh, what are you talking about? Nintendo loves announcing specs. They don't, because they're usually underpowered. And I get, this is a muscle flex more than anything. I think the system looks good. I think that the games that were enhanced for Xbox One X, it looked very beautiful on my stream in 4K. I couldn't really, honestly tell you the difference between some of the
4K
visuals
camels.
that I saw, because we're not playing these games. These are streamed through YouTube and Twitch, and it's tough to distinguish where that power difference is going to be apparent. But they had great games. I mean, I think Microsoft had the best lineup of games on stage.
Well, they looked at Sony's press conference last year, rolled up their sleeves, and started going to
Yeah,
town.
and Phil Spencer went, I want that, and that.
Yeah.
And they announced that 42 games coming out that they were going to showcase and talk about, and then 22 of them were exclusivity in some form to the Xbox
Which
One
was
platform.
good.
Okay, they really stretched the definition of exclusivity and some
Yeah.
of the...
it got a little repetitive.
Yeah.
hearing Exclusive.
When they said-
first look, exclusive.
Well,
Yeah.
they had a language to it. There was
Yeah.
world premiere,
Yeah.
and then there was launch exclusive, and then there was exclusive.
And then there was Xbox One X enhanced.
Yes.
You had to pay attention to all the screens. And I'll tell you, like the cheat sheet that I wrote took some effort because man, there was a lot of info that you really had to think. Like, okay, Microsoft didn't say that; they said this. A lot of subtle marketing that I think is going to fly by a lot of people, but
Yeah.
it's good for
Not
them
us.
that
Yeah.
they played the game really well, and they had a great press conference. And they started with Forza.
Yeah,
I will
they
say
did.
that was a
Yeah.
good move.
They started with Forza, and I was like, yeah.
And they're like, hey, do you want to buy a car? Because I can sell you a car.
Well, no one's gonna buy that car. That was
Or no.
specifically for
Porsche.
racing fans.
Yeah.
Seriously, but if you're into that, that would probably be really awesome.
And it was cool for an auto show, but I don't
Yeah.
think that... Okay, we understand that there's a cross-promotion deal clearly
yeah.
at work. And that
There was
those
that.
dollars were in our face waving at the time of this press conference. I just think it was just really heavy-handed, a little cheap. I mean,
I was waiting for them to run down the specs of the car.
They did. They did talk about it. It's like the world's most strongest Porsche. And it was just too much.
Sometimes I feel even just a live orchestra on stage is too much. Just it's the
Mm.
game's
I
coming.
mean, oh man,
Other
we'll
people
talk about
were-
some live
yeah.
orchestras.
Other people were guilty of
Oh,
this
boy.
too, but
yeah.
I'm
Oh,
just
no.
saying that was just it just put slammed on the brakes for me. No pun intended.
Yeah, but then they showed Forza, and Forza looks stunning.
Did
that
you
was
see those
definitely
4K camels?
Yeah, that was
Oh,
running on the Xbox One X enhanced.
You
Like
mean-
that was one of those games.
I
That
mean, to be
touted
fair, EA's footage of Need for Speed on the cars looked a little bit better to me. It might have been the stream quality I was watching too,
Yeah.
but the backgrounds in Forza were just exquisite. The environments.
see.
Yeah.
We're gonna dip into just very quick moment. I think that EA's script for Need for Speed was so heavy. Like, just watch that trailer again. It's so unnatural for actual gameplay.
Are you saying that I was
yeah,
saying?
it was.
Okay, I might have been caught up in the hype. I was watching it at work.
I mean, it was. It was a really good trailer. But
Yeah.
I think Forza is without a doubt the best looking racing game.
Oh, the
I've
background.
seen.
Oh my, yeah. it was-
Those water droplets on top of like the rainy sky was
Yeah.
so.
As
The
a racing
dynamic
game
puddles.
thing, though, I didn't like the water droplets on the screen. That just me.
See, I love that first person for Forza. I
For
love
first
that.
person,
yeah,
yes.
that real.
For
But
third
you don't have
behind
to-
the car where it was, it just annoyed me.
I think you can turn that off.
You've,
I hope so.
you've been able to in previous iterations for racing sims like this, so I can't imagine that wouldn't be an option. And it honestly, yeah, Forza looks great. I think we can all agree.
yeah.
I think Gran Turismo Sport, which got pre-show coverage for Sony and now made stage, I think that
It's a
game
really
looks
good miss.
okay as but I think Forza wins this easy.
But Forza's, I mean, to be fair, Forza's been winning for a long time.
Yeah, they just it's a yearly franchise at this point.
Well,
That's a bummer for
MLB
me.
the show of car
For me,
racing.
Yeah.
well, for me, that's
Yeah.
I've been buying Gran Turismos as a Sony fan for a long time and looking at Forza being like, why not me?
Yeah,
This is
Yeah.
what Gran Turismo should have been.
yeah, it
So
really does.
they did it. I'm sorry, like they beat it.
I
They
agree.
won the race.
So I think the next game that they showed really impressed me. It was Metro.
Yeah, looked good.
I-
A lot of pre-rendered stuff, but it has promise.
Yeah, I think that there was some voodoo at work, but also there was a lot of stuff that could clearly be identified as gameplay. A lot of cuts from that like cinematic, taken control of to an actual game.
But shooting something with a crossbow bolt, you're never gonna have it in a game where your character goes down, picks it up, looks at it, loads it in. It's not gonna.
Well, it
I
is,
think
but
it
it's
will
scripted.
though. Yeah, I think it. I mean, you saw the crossbow bolt like go just into the gun and then just appear,
Yeah.
disappear.
And when the game comes out, it's gonna be more fluid than that. It's just
Yeah.
it's the
It
slowing
made me
going.
slightly motion sick. I will say that. Like, there's something about the way they had the camera work and stuff that I like went through some of that presentation. I was like, oh, I'm kind of dizzy. But it looks stunning. I mean, the fire effects when he lights the lighter
Yeah,
and
yeah.
gets the cobwebs, beautiful.
You know what looked good and looked like it was definitely gameplay, was where the Zombear was hanging on the edge of the
Yeah.
cliff, and he walks up, and that was definitely in gameplay movement.
Yeah, you can tell, like, when he slides down the hill into that town, before he encounters a zombie bear, like, when it clips to in-game. It's just minus HUD.
Yeah.
So I think that game actually does look that good. It's not a Xbox One exclusive in any form. It was
Launch.
a world premiere
That was world
exclusive.
Mhm.
That's the curse of this language, and we're going to try to break a lot of that down. But that game comes out for a lot of platforms. It looks really good. I think having it on stage really helped that third-party
Definitely.
presence.
Yeah.
It wasn't on Sony, so that was a big plus
Well,
for them regardless.
Yeah.
It's they're pressing the advantage of the Xbox One. It's like, look at this game. Sony might get it, but it's gonna look best on us.
Yeah. Yeah, and it really did look stunning. It's
Yeah.
probably one of the prettiest first-person experiences I think we saw at E3. So
Yeah.
the
Even
next game I think really impressed me. Assassin's Creed Origins, which, Pat, you were right about the name. I'm sorry, I don't know what I was talking about Origins being an HD remake.
Yeah.
What was the name of that game that has, like, Liberation?
Yeah.
Chronicles.
Chronicles! Thanks, YouTube and Nathan, for probably thinking that as I said it last video. But Origin looks awesome.
The
It's an
more-
RPG.
The more I saw of it, the more I liked it. When I first saw it, it didn't really stick as well, but what really, I gotta give it to Microsoft. They sold me in the only way they could. The over-the-shoulder looking at the screen cam. That's the best way to present games.
Yeah, it's everything's kind of gone to that camera angle, which I think loses some of the individuality of
Oh, no,
Assassin's Creed. But then
I'm
But
talking
it
about
makes
when
it
they...
more cinematic.
the
which the game
RPG
should
system,
be.
these enemies had levels above their heads. We had equipment systems to manage more than we've ever seen in Assassin's Creed.
Yay, loot systems.
Well-
That's my only gripe with it, is the
Well,
loot
it's
system.
not just that. It's
But it looked cool.
Yeah.
publishers are looking at the success of Breath of the Wild. I mean,
Yeah, well, why wouldn't you?
yeah.
This game looks open though. The eagle flight above to mark targets and stuff was really cool. And we saw a sample mission on stage, and I'm sorry, I thought it looked really good
Yeah,
and really
But
strong.
yeah.
there's one thing that Assassin's Creed always gets me with is that it's games in unlikely settings. Ancient
Yeah.
Egypt, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Renaissance Venice, want to be there.
Yeah, I was.
That was one of my points. I'm a little bit more subjective, so I won't say anything just to streak off that the Egyptian setting so overplayed for me, so I don't want to really care about that. But the biggest problem I saw, it's still a little minute one, was just that Heavenly Sword style bolt shot where you were following.
Yeah.
I didn't like that at all.
I mean, it's...
I barely like that in Heavenly Sword.
Yeah, I barely like that in
Yeah.
Heavenly Sword as well. But I think that there's some new mechanics. I think Assassin's Creed looks fresher than it has in a little bit as far as... maybe
They're
bringing
trying
some-
something new. Thank you.
Yeah,
You know what? They
Ubisoft
took a
kinda-
year off. They thought about it. I gotta give you credit, Ubi.
Yeah.
You did what every gamer and Assassin's Creed fan is. I have one huge
Not
one.
that Syndicate
said.
was that bad.
No, Syndicate
No.
wasn't that bad. And I think that the cool thing is here we're in the second year of this annual franchise returning, and it looks fresh. And I think that was a really
Not even
good
second
thing
year.
to accomplish.
Syndicate was 2 years ago. They took last year off.
Was Syndicate 2 years ago?
Syndicate
No.
was-
Syndicate
this
last year.
no this Q4 will be the
Yeah.
second year.
And I-
without
I-
it.
Yeah. So then a big announcement came, and I think rocked a lot of people, is Player Unknown's Battlegrounds coming to console.
I think that was pretty huge.
It's a big
They
deal.
needed that.
It's a-
Big game.
I think it's a big deal. I think the PC community is really strong for that game. It's being streamed a lot right now. It's being talked about. It's on highlight reel every week for Kotaku. Like that game's being played. Does the console audience work with this game? Do they buy into it?
I think we'll see some buy-ins.
Yeah.
The
We
thing
will.
is,
Overwatch, the success is blatant for that.
But it's
Yeah.
such a different game than any of these shooters. I mean, this
But that's
is
something that's been contained. I mean, Team Fortress 2 has been on console and
Yeah.
didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
You don't have
We'll
the Twitch
see.
streaming aspect of it either, so it kind of loses. a
The
little bit of
only
that.
thing
Yeah.
I'll say with it is I don't think they're going to build a new community for it. They're not going to pry anyone away from the PC version of it.
No, and I think you see some people jump on. I think it's a really cool game, especially on console, to have an experience like that in your living room. But it's just, it feels like a PC game. I think it could be a big deal, though. I mean, that is actually an exclusive on Xbox One.
I want to say it was launch exclusive when I saw it originally.
And I might have missed the note, but yeah.
I think it
remember
was
that being-
launch
I want to
exclusive.
say it was launch exclusive too, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Just to the X though.
Yeah.
I think it could be a full exclusive. Yeah.
Oh, it'd be huge if it was.
Yeah, I mean, Windows 10 got it. So, the next game they showed was Deep Rock, which is that kind of 4-player cooperative mining game. You're fighting off hordes of kind of underground
Deep
beasts.
Space Dwarves.
Yeah, it's
Helldiver Dwarves.
Yeah, Helldiver. The art direction looks pretty solid. It's an indie title. I don't think it's going to be a breakaway hit. It's not going to be something
No,
everyone
it's-
talks about. But it was cool to see. I got to say, it looks like a 4-player fun cooperative game.
Yeah, it'll fall into the same niche as like the SteamWorld games.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's any of those games like that, Left 4 Dead,
Mhm.
Payday. When you get 4 people on together and you're playing with your friends, yeah, everything's got the possibility to be fun with the right company. And I think that this game could do that. I don't think it does anything outstanding.
We'll see. It's gonna be fun.
It'll be fun.
Mhm.
I mean, it'll be fun. Then they went to State of Decay 2, which was a longer trailer for them. This, of course, is a Xbox One exclusive as well.
Yep.
They lived up to their promise. They said it was going to be bigger, more ridiculous,
Yeah.
and epic, and it was.
They brought a whole lot of construction elements to it, building camps. Looks like it's a heck of a lot more involved.
Yeah, they're bringing a lot more of the management, it looks like, to it,
Yeah.
which was a pretty decent aspect of it, was the base management, and then it was the sending people out to do stuff. And
Yeah, you're hoping the community's good enough. I mean, really, that's really what it comes down to. This game is not a game that can be done any other way than having a good community. And
Yep.
yeah, I mean, it looks solid. It looks like a bunch of fun if, once again, you're playing with the right people. There's some people that are like, oh, this game looks really generic, and it took a while to figure out what it was, and people were like, oh, Days Gone, like this. And
They're
it
different
didn't
type of
overly
games.
impress me. Yeah, I mean, but like, it's just,
It'll be fun.
I'm just sick of zombies.
Me too.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think I think that's my only thing. It's tough to get super excited about a zombie game now because I've just had so many of them. But it doesn't look bad by any stretch of the word. And if you're a fan of State of Decay, you're gonna have probably a ton of fun with it. The Darwin Project, which was another arena shooter.
The problem is, they went,
Esports
Players Unknown
push.
Battleground,
Yeah.
small break from it, and then we're going to show another Players Unknown Battleground style game, and this time, we're going to do it with fake esports.
Yeah. And yeah.
One thing that just irked me,
I hate
if
fake
they're going to
stuff.
do that as an esports style game, why are you letting people who are watching it affect the balance of the game? If you looked, it
Yeah.
said that the person watching it on Mixer, I'm not too big on the Xbox stuff,
And Mixer, I think, was the big thing they kept
Yeah.
talking about.
but
Oh
they
my
said
God.
someone on there was able to just give one of the players a bubble shield that protected them.
See, that scares me.
That immediately no thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately, no thanks indeed.
That completely ruins the heart of
Well,
competitive
I
gaming.
The salt.
I
Yeah.
hate fake, interactions with like players in an E3 trailer or something set up like that, like fake tournament where there's an announcer screaming. And there was, he was really a loud announcer guy. It was just a little too much. It tried way too hard. I don't think we'll ever remember the name of it.
I think Players Unknown will blow it out of the water, probably.
I completely forgot about it.
Yeah,
This is someone
if I hadn't written it down.
trying to take a slice out of the Riot Pie.
Yeah.
The League of Legends
So
pie.
many people trying to do that. Then the Microsoft switched to Minecraft. Which I was super upset when the trailer started, and I'm just like, come on, Minecraft!
You know, it was a
Don't
good
dedicate
Minecraft
time.
trailer,
But then-
no one cared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super duper, deluxe graphic pack. I mean, it looks really pretty. It's the big announcement out of this trailer wasn't the graphics update. I think it was the unifying servers across platforms. The
That
fact
was
that-
pretty-
And they're
pretty
bringing
huge.
everything in line
Yeah.
with what PC could have been doing,
Yeah.
which makes all the console ones no longer, you know what? We could see that in 6 months. We could see stuff like that never. Like the
Yeah.
HD graphics pack. PCs had mods that let you do HD graphics like that for a long time,
Yep.
and console could never look that good.
Well,
now it
it's-
will.
Yeah, I think it will look really pretty, and it's a great news for the fans.
Yeah.
That they can now play with their friends across platform. It doesn't matter what system you're on. So I was upset that Microsoft took as much time. They not only showed a trailer, but then they had a stage talk as well.
Well,
But
I'll
so-
say
But it was weird. They're trying to push a $500 machine, but they're
They're-
catering to the audience that
Yeah.
can't buy that machine.
I'll
yeah,
say, though,
so
it's a goodwill move, and I
Yeah.
appreciate them doing a goodwill move in their conference.
yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. It's fine.
Yeah.
It didn't bug me that much, but just critical time once
Yeah.
again that
They
you
did
could have
something-
wasted doing anything else.
They did something fresh last year with the whole VR thing. I mean, I didn't care about it, but at least they had some cool.
Oh, the AR.
They had the
Yeah.
cool new AR
HoloLens,
thing,
yeah.
but then this time they're just like, it's just Minecraft again.
Well, yeah. No, what wasn't Minecraft again? The next game, which was Dragon Ball: The Fighters Z.
You
And
mean
the
what-
internet kind of lost its hat collectively about this
Okay,
game, and I don't blame them at all.
I cannot explain. Like, I'm subscribed to tons of fighting game community
Yeah.
groups on Facebook, and that's all they're talking about. And
Yeah.
everyone is making fun of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite right
And it
now.
was
Yeah.
on Microsoft stage of all places.
Yeah,
In
well,
our-
no,
in our
but to
system
be
where-
fair, in America,
Yeah.
DBZ sells way better on Xbox, which is crazy.
Well, I mean, just a lot of people love Dragon
Well,
Ball.
I'm
Yeah.
okay with
that
that.
is an Arxis fighter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
the thing
a-
as I'm talking about. That's usually exclusively PlayStation.
Yeah, it doesn't
It's
matter
It's
what.
Bandai Namco.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter
Yeah,
what
usually
system you
it's
play
AOI.
this game on.
Yeah,
That's
that's
really what it
yeah.
comes down to. This is probably one of the most impressive 3v3 tag fighting games we've ever seen.
It looks like
Marvel
MVC
crapped their
2.
pants. This
Yeah.
was a genre
But better.
that they thought they had completely under
Yeah,
wraps.
yeah,
They're like,
completely.
oh, we're bringing back Marvel vs. Capcom. We can do whatever we want. Everyone's gonna love it. And they put out whatever they did at Sony's conference. That was poo-poo.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. But then Microsoft's like, this little developer called Arxis that no one really cares about but makes really good games. Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna have them make the best looking anime fighter ever made now.
And they've done it
And we're
before.
going to do it with one of the biggest franchises in anime
Yeah.
in the U.S.
And Phil
Yeah.
Spencer having his cute little thing about it too made me laugh so hard.
Oh, yeah.
Japan just tried out a couple of these games.
I mean, I like Phil, so.
Yeah.
But this game looks incredible. This game looks amazing. This game will be the fighting game I play personally coming up. I'm glad it was Microsoft stage. Really good for them. I think it might not be the
it's
system
not
that
exclusive. It's not launch exclusive.
it's not anything. Yeah, it's not.
And it's funny when I woke up Monday to look up what I had missed while sleeping at E3,
You're like, oh man.
all I saw was Dragon Ball.
Well, yeah, I mean, depending on the communities you're subscribed to. So, but
That's
yeah, I think
totally
it
fair, but
really
still.
stole a lot of thunder from everything at E3. So, great looking game.
Yep.
I will buy the heck out of it. I will play the
Same.
heck out of it.
I haven't bought a
Um,
DVD
3
fighter since
copies.
Budokai. And
3 copies.
he will force us to get it even if we don't buy it. He will buy us a copy.
It will appear on our doorsteps with like just a little bow and a
You're
card.
gonna buy it.
Oh yeah.
Did you buy it yet?
Yeah.
Speaking of a game, I'm not sure if people will buy. Black Desert was the next announcement. An MMO RPG coming to the Xbox One platform.
I was kind of impressed. I mean, I like MMOs though.
Black Desert looks really good.
And I played
it's-
that Black Desert online on the computer, which didn't look like that. But
No, I think that game's undergone a lot, to be honest.
They've done
is
well
it the
with
same
games like-
game? Is it made by the same people?
I have no idea,
I
to
don't
be
know
honest.
either.
Unfortunately,
I mean, Black Desert Online fits a very specific niche in
Yeah.
MMORPGs, and it's decent for what it does. But this was not the game that I saw.
yeah, it was cool to see it on stage again. But I mean,
And
I think that
unfortunately, with MMOs, all of us here are going to be in Stormblood for the
Yeah,
rest of the while.
Final Fantasy 14 will probably dominate that slot for me.
I
So
brought a little bit of Destiny sprinkled in there too.
yeah, I mean, that doesn't count as an
Yeah.
MMO.
They're
tell you.
making it more MMO at least.
MMO.
Yeah, but still, I played Asheron's Call 2 and EverQuest. You guys, if you guys think Destiny is an MMO, then it's not. It's not an MMORPG anymore.
I
MMO
played
London.
Hellgate London.
Oh, well, I played Anarchy Online.
Fair. We call it a draw.
Yes.
Then they showed another indie title last night, which was this kind of cool point-and-click adventure, kind of inspired 16-bit Blackthorn
Hands
adventure
down,
game.
Favorite
look
game
good.
of that conference.
Looks
Well,
really
yeah.
cool.
It pieced together a good trailer. It's
Yeah.
it's gonna be. I have to see it actually in action before I
Yeah.
completely go goo goo gaga over it. But what I saw right there, I was gushing.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Another World. If anybody's ever played that game, they just remastered it a little while ago. It's
Yeah,
got that
really
gritty
Really
feel.
good.
A little
And
bit,
that
a little bit
terrible
like
momentum
Oddworld
control
too.
scheme.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yep, that horrible rolling segment and everything.
Yeah.
There's another
I
one kind of like
digress.
Oddworld because that's what last night
it was-
kind of reminded me
Yeah.
of a little bit.
We didn't see a
Dave's
lot
Odyssey.
about it, but I
But
mean,
we'll
it
see.
looks cool enough.
Yeah.
It's got a cool noir style. It's
We'll see.
futuristic, like kind of cyberpunky. And then they showed another indie, which was Artful Escape,
I'm sold.
which
Yes.
was probably the most ridiculous thing. It starts off as trailers like
Yeah.
this dude's walking down the street, starts like kind of going into this crazy environment, ends up doing an 80s ballad guitar solo as
It's like
this
flying a
platformer
ship with
thing.
Pranced around a few
Cool.
stages, and then he said it'll be done when it's
Is it
done.
a rhythm
When
game?
it's
Is it
damned
a-
well ready.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, but
Is it
I-
a rhythm game? Is it a platformer?
It's a little of the above and really good about it.
I think it looks really cool.
And a cool papercraft
It's
style.
like,
That's-
it's like when I read the name Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney on a reserve list.
you're like,
I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah.
Both of those two titles were launch exclusives, by the way, those indie titles. So, like, Microsoft's kind of securing some of these cooler indie titles. So, if this does end up being a hit, like it really could be, it looks like it has a lot of style. Both of these games, I think, nice to have some exclusivity on. But they came out springing with a weird-looking game we don't know a lot about as well, called Code Vein. It's kind of an anime Dark Souls. Looks like I thought it could have been the next Tales game to be
Yeah,
Almost,
that's
yeah,
what
when I was
thought.
watching it.
I mean, I'm an
It had like
fan,
kind of
so I'm
these
already
Berseria
sold.
kind of style powers. I don't know what to make of it. It looks really cool. The
I'll
combat
follow
looks
it.
challenging.
That's the thing.
As a Dark Souls
Yeah.
fan and an anime fan, I am excited for it.
Yeah, a cool art direction. Like a lot of the character designs, special moves look cool. I don't know if it's,
It was a lot. It ended up a lot more anime than I thought it would from previews. To be honest,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
thinking with anime, but like Vampire Hunter D anime, not like Tales of Berseria anime. But we'll see.
yeah, we'll see. I don't know if
Yeah.
I'll make any
It's on the
any
radar.
waves.
on
Yeah, it's on
all
the radar.
It's a blip.
It's not an exclusive by any means. I saw nothing attached to that.
Nope,
so
just world
it's
premiere.
coming anywhere.
So
So
they're catering those fans that Sony has so comfortably
yeah,
tucked under their wing.
yeah, they're just like, oh yeah, we have anime games too.
Come to this.
Hopefully they're good, especially if
Well,
they're
they showed
directions.
Dragon Ball, so they won the anime.
Yeah, they really want. Yeah, and then they showed the Sea of Thieves.
The use of C.
Thieves of Sea.
I'm gonna go out there and we'll
which
steal all that
is the
seed.
sequel that actually they're working on right now. Which everyone who's played it says it was really good. The trailer was pretty fun. It had a good style to it. I like the humor.
Yeah, they dropped the generic, like you said, the horrible people playing a game, but
Yeah.
not playing a game.
But just
for
had a pirate
a fun narrator.
It had a fun
They
narrative.
got a little meta too, where they're like, and all
Yeah.
you people out there streaming that are gonna want to play this, it's like,
Yeah, it was.
but
It
there are
was,
streamers watching right now.
it was self-aware. It was goofy. It was rare.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I'm gonna buy
That's
it.
the thing. That's the scary thing to say.
Even if I
There's
don't
a
have
rare
a 1X.
game coming.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
Even if I don't have a 1X, that game was day one.
Oh,
on
we're
PC.
definitely going to be playing it no matter where we can,
Yeah.
because I think it looks like a really fun cooperative
Cartoon
game.
sharks.
Yeah, I mean, and the combat looks ridiculously slow paced, but yet still fun enough.
Shoot yourself out of a cannon.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what,
shoot
that's
yourself
what
out of the
really
cannon.
sold me.
Yeah, that was
Although I was a
cool.
little
Oh.
bit power fantasy when one dude went over there and spanked like 6 dudes.
Yeah.
I have imagined as soon as that guy would have landed, there'd be 4 dudes with swords waiting.
Yeah.
But come on. How
You
much,
ever play Chivalry?
how much
Yeah.
more manly can you get than shooting yourself
And I
out
see
of
a
a
dude
cannon
with
at
a-
your enemies?
I see a dude with a claymore run in the middle of 8
Yeah.
dudes, and then one guy goes,
Or
or a bow guy just goes.
Yeah.
The guy sitting in the
but
middle
anyway.
spinning.
But hey, yeah, you could be that good at that game. It looked like combat was, like I said, slow enough pace. People might get really, really freaking good at it, and it's gonna be, I think, super fun to play, stream, watch. I think there's gonna be
Oh
some
my
really
God.
dedicated.
Is anyone
fans.
else happy about how inaccurate the blunderbusses are? are.
Yeah.
And just sit that guy and he is lined up. He took a second to line up and like a lamp 3 doors over blew off.
I love how silly the missions seem too. Just
Yeah.
like the amount of just running back and forth.
And I liked
holding
solving
the treasure chest.
mysteries, like taking paces and digging with a buddy for a chest. I think it looks great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play it no matter what. It looks
Same.
like it will be a rare experience of a game.
And I'm out.
You're playing bad, and you should feel bad.
Then Microsoft showed off their answer to Super Mario Odyssey, Super Lucky's Tale. Which
Horrible name, decent.
It's if you call it Lucky's Tale, that was the Vive game, I believe. That this is kind of a spin-off on. I think it's a little different, altered for console. I haven't seen the Vive because you can't really watch someone play a Vive without being with them.
Yeah,
There are ways. Some people on YouTube are
Yeah,
with it, but it's.
I think the only way to watch someone playing on Vive is to
It makes me
put on
nauseous.
a
Yes.
cell phone headset and watch and stream into their VR
Yeah, it
experience.
makes me kind of nauseous to
That's
just even think about.
definitely a game I'm watching with caution.
Yeah, it's
So-
it's a Microsoft exclusive, so it's an Xbox One, Windows 10 exclusive. It's a 3D platformer. It looks goofy, fun. If it's out for the holiday season, it gets crushed by Mario Odyssey. But every kid that wants Mario and can't have it will walk into the local game store and they'll recommend this title.
Yeah.
And it will sell probably pretty well. It doesn't look incredibly comprehensive, ironed out.
It's just showing that they have something for everyone. It doesn't
Yeah,
mean
The
they do.
only issue I personally had with it is, okay, Microsoft owns Rare, and they're
Make it
making
conquer.
Maybe.
a character platformer, a mascot platformer,
Yeah.
and you have the studio that is known for
Who-
mascot
Who
platformer.
will speak for the bird and the bear?
And
Yes.
who will
I thought it was
speak
actually
for the
Conquer when you
squirrel?
first jumped down.
Yeah,
to
it could have been.
the
It could have been a banjo game. It could have been a Conquer game. But I'm excited to see what Rare does. The level design looks unique and interesting at times. I like some of the ghosts. Like they were kind of cute. It's got a good art.
I
direction.
must say the one thing that definitely stood out to me was the mechanic of burrowing. I can't believe no game's ever taken advantage of that. Really,
Yeah.
that's
We've
actually
seen
a
it
brilliant
attempted.
mechanic that could be
Yeah.
really fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on the radar with it because I think it looks cool. Then Microsoft probably showed my favorite game that they showed on stage, which was Cuphead. We have a release date. It's in August, I believe. It is a full exclusive, and it is a masterpiece.
I think when I was watching it, it even didn't say Windows 10 exclusive. I think it just said Xbox.
No, is this a boss rush game?
Some parts of it are. There are full levels. We saw
Okay, there
some
are
of the
full
bullet
levels.
hells, like they're flying around. The 1930s art style is amazing. The music is phenomenal.
It's cell animated.
Yeah, it's
And what everybody's been
Super
saying about
special.
it that's got me more excited than anything is the fact that everybody's played it and they said it's probably one of the hardest platformers they played.
It didn't look that hard when they were showing some of the trailers and gameplay that I saw from.
That could also
But
be-
the shooting
people-
mechanic is actually.
But
very
people
good.
still died a lot, and I think if you haven't played a game like this in a while, come on, it's Contra for a new generation, and I think it looks good enough to take that.
And it's
title.
Cuphead and his buddy Mugman.
Mugman. I mean, the game just bleeds style
I
off the
need-
screen.
I need figures of those two now.
Yeah, great mascots. So I think we're all excited. For Cuphead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure how to feel about Terry Crews introducing the next game, which was, of course, Crackdown.
I wish he was in
Microsoft
everything.
was like, we need to turn the meme up to 100.
Yeah, it's.
And
We
they
need to
did.
meme harder than anyone's ever memed before. Nintendo may have created the memes on E3, but we will abuse them.
But it was like, yeah, it was.
I
it
was
a
pretty
lot.
hyped for it. I don't know. I like Terry Crews. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, smart, odor body wash. You know?
Yeah.
Like I tell everybody.
Odor blocking body wash. I can't even say.
Like
it.
Yeah, no, okay. Except for Terry Crews, who's got some kind of superpower.
No, but even Terry Crews was like, at least he's trying.
Yeah.
Like I tell everybody who has ever talked to or asked me about Crackdown, is the first one is the best game I ever got with my Halo 3 beta.
Yeah.
and it was a fantastic game that I didn't expect, and the second game really let me down, but this one looks like it's getting back to its roots.
It's back and kooky. Visually, a lot of people who are playing it saying it's very unimpressive, but like
nothing new that I was
yeah,
seeing.
the kookiness is just kind of out of control, and the destructive element maybe falling a little short of what they talked about and advertised. But other than that, Crackdown.
If it's
yeah,
Crackdown
yeah.
1 again, but in HD,
I
I'm
won't
good.
buy it on day one, but I'll definitely wait for it to go down in price, and I'll pick it
I'll
up
take a look
and,
at it.
and have a great time playing it. It looks like a Saints Row kind of game to me. It's just one of those titles I don't really
Super
know
Cups.
what. Yeah, there's just Super Cups. And then we got some indie stuff. It was like a montage. There was too much stuff for me to even try to write down.
That was
Nothing to
like
really talk
half
about.
the titles of the
Just
42.
just watch the sizzle reel.
Yeah, it's a sizzle reel moment. Nothing really goes like, whoa, can't handle it, cool. It
Most
was.
of it would have had a.
It would have had,
Well,
yeah.
individual,
But
yeah.
it, once again, it's a lot of exclusive launch content. It's just more stuff for Microsoft to have, and you never know when you're gonna strike it big with that next little indie hit. You don't know when it's gonna be the next Rocket League or Minecraft
Or Undertale.
God, that's
The memes
so
are real.
Smirk.
and then they finished it off really with a few titles that I'm not sure were really kind of worth it. And Life is Strange is getting a
Prequel.
sequel. Yeah, it's a prequel.
It's
yeah,
a prequel, yeah.
Before the Storm. It's called.
But
even.
Max looks older in that, too.
I didn't
It's,
play the
it's
original
not by the
Max.
same team. I worry about it a lot from just that aspect alone. Other than that, I really like Life is Strange, but all my choices meant two different endings, so I'm
I'm getting a
see
Beyond
what-
Two Souls vibe, and that's
We'll just see. Unfortunately,
David Cage all over.
This game totally depends on how it's written, and we'll have to see.
because I love Life is Strange 1. I think it's a really cool
They
experience.
have to be very careful in writing it because they have a lot of canon
Yeah.
that they're going to mess up if they say certain things like, this isn't an older Max, this is young Max, but she's never had these powers before Life is Strange 1, why is this a prequel?
Yeah, does she go back that far? Either way, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
okay, what's happening? And I hope it's written well. It's episodic, so it's I'll worry about this game in 2018 Christmas when it gets a physical release on CD.
with
There you
special
go.
edition.
Yeah, there you go. And then Shadow of War.
I
Middle
love
Earth,
it.
yeah.
This was the best trailer in all of E3, hands down,
man.
because
Comedy troll.
Comedy Troll,
Comedy
bro.
Orc, yeah.
Comedy orc.
Comedy
yeah.
Orc
I call them
was-
comedy trolls. It sounds funny.
I think this game looks incredible. The premise of recruiting your own army, the personalities that
Well,
you
yeah,
get to
that
meet.
was the thing. The recruiting army is, at first I was like, the moment he
Yeah.
started taking that guy over, I'm like, it's like Overlord 3.
No!
Uh,
Fear
Pikmin.
3 or whatever.
I know, but you know what I mean, that kind
No.
of thing. And then the orc just turned to him and just started spitting gold.
Yeah, just
like,
hot fire. Just,
Bright Lord, Dark Lord, what's the
sarcastic.
difference?
yeah, Bright Lord. Like, it was so good.
I love
The-
the RPG elements are turned up to
Yeah.
11. Going into a siege, you get to pick which of your allies you're taking with
And
you.
they comment on the siege.
Yeah,
The
um,
only issue I have,
This game was
that-
cool.
glorious, beautiful orc is not going to be in everyone's games because the RNG might not create
No,
him.
I mean, to be fair, with that level of writing on that
Yeah,
troll,
they
he
might
would
be
just
one of
look
the-
different with and have the same voice.
He might be
and
like
everything.
one of the first ones you meet at this point.
And
'cause
to,
I think the
and to be
internet's
fair,
falling
there'll
apart.
probably be, honestly, if the game is like this, it'll probably be like 7 or 8 you're guaranteed to encounter that are like that are deep like that.
yeah.
Guys, and it'll be
when
like
I play
100
Shadow of
random
War,
dudes.
he
Yeah.
is my sidekick forever.
Oh yeah, I'm just done with that. I am buying the game because of comedy troll. I mean, the period. Like,
I
I
think
mean,
it's got a lot of
Yeah.
impressive mechanics they showed off. It looks like an improvement across the board from the original. So if you enjoyed Shadow of Mordor, I think that this game is a must-buy.
and that was a game for me that it's the first Shadow of War that I
That
just
one-
ignored until someone was like, "Dude,
Check it out; it's really good.
And I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, you don't need
Okay.
Lord of the Rings lore to play it too, which is
It's
nice.
yeah, it's not exclusive by any means. It's Xbox One X Enhanced was the tag that received during the video. So it will look really good, and it will look best on Xbox One X for console home experience. And if maybe WB, gives us a PC title that functions. But I think all of us gonna buy that game no matter what platform it's on. I'm glad it was on Microsoft stage again. Another big win for them. So and then they closed with a surprising note. I think for a lot of us, I was shocked because they announced a sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest.
yeah."
You know what?
They're
Ori
both
and
of
the
them.
Will of the Wisps.
If it wasn't, I love Comedy Orc. He is one of my favorite characters, but Ori was the thing I was excited for most.
Yeah.
I love Ori. I'm probably gonna play it on PC because that's where I played the first one.
no
but-
matter where you can play this game, there's stunning
Yeah.
visual, awesome
That owl made
fest,
me cry.
feast
I
for
mean,
the
we
eyes.
say that we'll play it on PC, but to be honest, it's a credit to Microsoft for having it on their stage because
It's gonna be- it's
they were
theirs.
shooting gold most of the time.
Yeah.
Every game was like an 80% hit rate, to be honest.
Yeah.
The ones they took time and did full trailers for, I'll say.
Yeah.
The indie ones I kind of ran through, so we didn't get a really good grasp
Yeah,
of
we
them.
didn't get
But,
a ton of
That's
them.
with every conference.
but yeah.
But yeah, I think that was an interesting note to end on as far as games go. I think it looks stunning. It's
Hugged
beautiful.
The owl.
Yeah, oh man, this game's gonna rip my heart out again because that's what
Again.
Ori and the Blind Forest does.
They're
But-
gonna find a way to do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna love it. I'm glad to see Microsoft talk about it. It was a cool announcement. That ended their games, and then they had some kind of curious announcements to wrap up their conference. And the first one was backwards compatibility of Xbox Original coming to Xbox
Here's
One.
the
That
thing
was
I'm
weird
thinking
for me.
about it.
It was a smart
There's
move.
Yeah.
one of
It's
two
smart,
ways
but
it's
it's
gonna.
confusing.
There's one of two ways it's gonna go. It's either gonna be like it is with 360, where you put the disc in, which is going to annoy the heck out of me because that means Xbox One could have done it from the start because it was just a firmware change.
Yeah,
Or it's going to be the way of PS1 and PS2 games on
where it's a
PS4.
download. I won't rebuy a lot of those games. And I think I have probably
Well,
one of the
to be-
larger original Xbox collections.
To be honest, it's like a goodwill to commercial because the moment that those games become backwards compatible,
No.
don't they release as a download on the network at the same time?
Yeah,
So
I think there actually is one game I'll buy. 2 games. Knights of the Old Republic 1 and Jade Empire.
I have Jade Empire.
But
on
you
PC
have
already.
Jade Empire
I know,
like
that's
4
the-
ways now.
Yeah, but
I bought it
No.
twice on 2 summers, so the regular and then the
If
enhanced.
they give me that
Bioware-
game on 2 servers, I will download it in an instant because the Master Chief
Bioware
Collection
needs to
sucked.
be reminded.
You
What, to make
remember their
Jade
roots?
Empire 2?
Oh no!
Yeah.
that's
Because
you
we
missed
done
one-
with Mass Effect
You
K.
missed
Thank
one
God.
game. One game that was on the Microsoft stage. Speaking of BioWare.
Well, we'll get to that because that's true. They do close out the show with the game. I apologize. I had my notes.
I thought you were
in
trying
order.
to try to go in the same suspense they put us through.
Oh, there you go. See, yeah, I thought they were done with games. And then after backwards compatibility, they talked about 4K updates for existing games. Good news for the fans.
Oh, yeah.
Good
You know,
show.
the only thing I'll say
Sony
with
did
it
the
is
same thing,
It
yeah.
was literally all the same ones Sony had, so
Yeah.
if you wanted to play
Except
them
for
for 4K,
Yeah.
you probably
Final
already
Fantasy.
It's just
have,
par for the
but-
course. I mean,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
par
they did
for
what they had to do
I
for
hope-
releasing a 4K
I hope
system.
Square Enix's Final Fantasy 15 4K update works better on Xbox One than it has for PlayStation 4 Pro. For
That's
me,
on
versus-
Hey,
Screen
it's
X.
okay. They had a way better Final Fantasy 14
Yeah, Final
show
Fantasy.
than the
Yeah.
PS4 did.
So and then they announced the price point, $499.99.
Okay,
and,
it's a
and
lot-
we all
lot
went
better than I
and then the crowd went silent as we thought the conference was really ending, and then they showed off Anthem, which was a game we got teased at EA's conference the day before.
For 20 seconds.
Yeah, that was it. And they're like, more to see on the Xbox One press stage, and I'm like, God damn it.
They ran out of time.
And then they showed us a game that really could rival Destiny. It really could in some aspects. It looks like Mass Effect's A-Team. It makes sense why Andromeda had so many problems to me now, because this is what they were working on. It's Mass Effect.
I feel like the
Scale.
very beginning of that trailer was them being like, "Ha! Look, we can make faces move."
The thing is,
Yeah.
though,
They did
I'll
make
give
faces
it that.
move really
Yeah.
well.
His face moved.
Yeah.
But that man was so smiling for how sad he was sounding, it didn't mesh well for me.
I think he was trying to be apologetic or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
maybe like there's a character interaction. It was just like kind of that sniveling kind of guy. But either way, the game looks stunning. Flying around looked really cool.
It's definitely with more mobility.
It
which
did
is
my
nice.
biggest pet peeve of any conference ever,
Yeah.
and it was fake online
Oh
chatter.
Yeah.
Jara's wrath.
And
Oh.
it has a loot system like Destiny.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
like Destiny, like
well,
Borderlands, like Diablo.
It's popular.
system.
It's
Yeah.
in. It looks
Like
really
Assassin's
pretty.
Creed.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed even now. Some of the special
Breath of the
powers, like
Wild.
the honing missiles and the mortar strike, looked stunningly beautiful. If they show off,
You like
some-
it? They got it last weekend.
Ah, dude, yeah. Hey, nice suit. Ah, I hate it. Like, it drives me bonkers. That instantly took me out of the experience of anything I wanted to see in that game. But then they still impressed me. If they show some boss encounters, if they show some of what the instances might look like, this could be
Well,
a functioning game.
I mean, to be fair, my biggest complaint about that whole trailer would be what you said, the fake online talk,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it didn't. It was weird because it looked like they gave us something like a Star Wars Firefly world, and we get this
Yeah.
guy who's having a conversation, and then the next words that are spoken without like change at all are just people talking online.
Which because I was like,
And I'm like, is this
I
part of the
was
story?
sold when it was. I thought it was a single player game, and then it was, oh,
Yeah.
it's Destiny, but it doesn't
It's
have
Destiny.
Cade 6.
No, but we'll see.
Where's my
it's-
Q6?
We're not saying it's going to be the Destiny killer. We're saying it's going
No.
to rival Destiny.
Yeah.
and go
It looks
alongside.
like
But BioWare's made Liara, and
Yeah.
you know,
yeah.
so
I mean, I like the Mass Effect combat system. You make a game like Destiny that functions with powers in that manner, and I'll have fun times
Yeah,
with it.
especially with that jetpack.
Yeah, and just perusing the world and having a great view at everything. That game looks.
Oh, we'll go back there
Pretty.
next weekend so you can get the EXP.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's what the Mass Effect. I mean, it's what the perfected version of what Mass
think it's what
Effect
Kim
is. To be
Yeah.
honest, I don't think we should compare this to Destiny. I think we should
We
compare
compare it
this
to Mass Effect
to what Mass Effect could be.
with a full online component.
Exactly.
Yeah, like exploration
we'll
of the
see.
worlds.
It got my
instead of Mako,
attention.
We have power suits.
Yes.
Yeah, it got my attention. I'll check out the beta. I'll see what it has to come. Bring to the table for my tastes, and if I'm not already involved in the game already by that point. So
It's got a lot to compete for me.
Yeah,
it's
a
gonna
lot
come
to
out
compete
way
for.
after Destiny. I'm gonna be hardcore into Final Fantasy 14. I have a lot of MMOs to play that are
Yeah.
coming out. They're good.
Yeah.
Black
Yeah.
Desert, they're competing with themselves in that.
yeah, I mean,
Different type of MMO.
yeah,
Yeah,
different.
it's a
different
Destiny
type.
style.
Well, we'll
no.
see.
So
MMO like.
Microsoft's
Yeah.
press conference all wrapped up there. Looking at it, I would say they did a really good job.
That's what they needed to do, and they
They
came
needed-
out swinging.
I don't know if they made me want to buy an Xbox One X. If they provided me that compelling reason, I was saying
I'll
before.
put it the way that
They-
I feel about it. The games and stuff, I'm sold. I am sold on
Yeah,
those
I'll
games.
buy a lot of their games.
But the
Heck yeah.
Xbox
A
One
lot of
X,
games are on
for
stage.
what they showed, it's really powerful. It's pretty pricey right now for what the market is. What is it going to do for me?
Yeah.
I didn't see that reason to buy it.
That's my
Yeah,
biggest problem too.
Honestly, I think they saw Sony sell the VR headset at $500, and they were like, "We can do
We can
this.
do that, yeah.
We can do this. We can release this system."
And I think it will sell really well. I think it will have an incredibly successful Christmas and holiday season in the United States, especially. I think this machine gives Microsoft a hope in this generation that they haven't had.
I don't think it's going to claw them all the way back, but it'll at least
No, no,
make
but
a
You know,
dent in
but to
that.
be honest, every
deficit.
console generation, it's one person sprints out ahead at the end, and then by
Yeah.
the end of the generation,
They all
everything
kind of
just
even out.
evens
That's
out.
just what happens.
I mean,
So-
look at Sony. Sony was like the gimped kid on the spot last
Plus,
generation.
it was a terrible
and
few
then
years.
by the end of it, honestly,
Do you think that they're going to be selling this
Catching
console
up.
at a heavy loss? That's what I was thinking about the entire
I think
time.
that
Yeah,
Microsoft
they could
is
be.
either like breaking dead even or selling at a slight loss. I think so.
I think slight. I say
I
before
don't.
they're
It
talking
depends
about
on
it.
It
the
depends
both
on the
sides of
deals they've
part.
made. They're Microsoft.
they have
The-
the buying
yeah.
power of anyone. You know,
Yeah.
almost more than
Unless it comes,
anyone.
except for the Blu-ray drive and that comes down to Sony deciding how nice they're going to be.
But they have that. The PS4 Pro does not. PS4 Pro does not have a 4K Blu-ray drive.
What's
You shrug, but dude, these are reasons people buy machines like this. And Microsoft,
3% of users
because
use
the
it.
thing is, the thing is, we know in the industry where these games are coming out on, where these games are going to be playable on.
Perception is reality.
Perception of this stage shows the Xbox One X as one of these stronger console competitors right now in the market. And how that affects the general public, we don't know. But I think that Microsoft did everything they could, and I think they had a heck of a show.
I will
What
give
would
them-
you guys grade Microsoft's Xbox E3 2017 press conference? I would give them an honest B.
I would
Straight
say,
B.
yeah, I would
A
say-
minus.
I'd
A
say
minus.
a B plus, but we'll talk later. That's probably the best score we're gonna see. B plus.
A minus because honestly, they did what they had to do.
They did.
I don't. Not everything landed on me,
Yeah.
but something landed on everyone. I'm sorry.
agree. Well, yeah, but I mean, just because you spit into a crowd, you didn't show that showstopper. There was no Halo. There was no Gears. There was no Last of Us
because
2.
they
there
don't
was
have
no...
that right now.
Exactly.
So they have to push what advantage they have, which is the strongest console in the market, and they showed every game that might be on PS4 at some point, but it's going to be on us first and look the best.
Okay, no, that's fair. Then in that case, an A minus is a fair grade. I would maybe
Yeah.
give them a B plus. I
That's fair.
think they had one of the stronger press conferences they've had in a few years. Mike, how do you feel?
The best press conference they've had this console generation. Let's give them that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely teetering between a B minus and a B. Mostly because, again, they had a lot of games, and I was really impressed with the amount of games that they threw out there. But I don't think any of them hit home to me as much. So it's more of like a personal thing. I'd rather see more games that I want to play. I miss the Halos. I miss the like the big name
Yeah.
games. Their big franchise was Forza, their own exclusive.
Yeah, that was
But
their.
and enhanced versions of their older games. But again, that's not a slight on
No.
them because they came out swinging. But I would definitely say it's more teetering between those two. Probably
Yeah.
I'd say more towards the B section.
To be honest, I didn't want to say Halo because they're gonna need to take some time.
Oh, yeah.
before Halo
Well,
6.
yeah, but I mean-
Halo 6 will probably be it.
343
Yeah.
needs to go sit in the corner and think about
But
what they did
even
and
with-
realize what the mistakes
Even with
were.
Halo 5, they showed a generic trailer at least to say it's coming. I mean,
That's true.
Yeah,
Well, especially since Halo's known to have
I think
the
that
best
that's why
trailers ever.
it's
Mhm.
tough to say because they didn't generate quite, I think, as much hype as they needed to, given the fact that they had the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
They had a year to move in.
If it would have been a drift,
Yeah.
and then closing out generic Halo 6 trailer, that would have
Or
like
even do
sealed
what
the
Even that, yeah, that would have been like,
even do what,
boom.
as we'll talk
Yeah.
about later,
Um,
Nintendo did with Metroid, of just show a title saying
Yeah.
it's coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that that's a strong thing to do sometimes
Sure.
at E3.
Mhm.
So that's my only thing. But other than that, I think Microsoft did a very good job against their main competitor, which we will actually talk about next time on part 2. Actually, guys, like I said, link will be in the description below. We're splitting these up just for convenience, ease. So as always, I'm going to thank Nate, Mike, and Pat for joining me. I think we forgot introductions, actually. I
We
think we got
did.
caught up in E3 hype.
But if you
Um,
watch the pre-E3,
Yeah, you guys know
of us
who
are.
all of these guys are. Tube Socks has started posting videos. They're talking Dragon Ball a lot right now, I think, guys. Right?
Which is going to be really fun. Once
Yeah.
we get that Dragon Ball fighter and start having to post videos of that at some point.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that.
Arxis,
Yeah.
we're trusting you on this. Get
That's
it out as fast as
probably
possible.
why-
We promise it's not only Dragon Ball content if you're not a fan, but yeah,
No,
we'll
but
get the
hey,
content out there.
Anime enthusiasts, also check down below. So thanks as always, guys, for joining us. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you really soon in the next video. And until then, keep playing what you love. Take care.